Cancer, and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. We're talking about June. Crazy, I know. I hope that May has been and is treating you well. Also, happy Pride Month coming up here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I did release a new series that I'm going to be kind of building on. They're messages by Human Design Profile. Love them. They're super cool. Definitely check them out. If you don't know your Human Design Profile, you can either Google it and get your chart. Okay, sorry about that. All of the dogs started freaking out. I can't guarantee that they're done either, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Human Design, it's a great introduction, at least into the profile part. But you can either just Google Human Design chart. You'll need the same information as you do with your natal chart. So you'll just need your birth date, of course, time and location. Time is a little bit more important as it can affect a few aspects in Human Design. So of course, try to get it as close as you can to, if you know that you were born in the morning, afternoon, evening, but maybe don't know the specific time, just use a time that's, kind of general to that time of day. But yeah, the profile is, reading about my profile is what got me absolutely obsessed with Human Design. So that's why I decided to go with that. But there certainly are other aspects with Human Design that are either slightly more important or at least equally as important, and they all kind of work together. So anyway, it's just a little aspect, and really I just wanted to have kind of a unique avenue or a unique way of just kind of getting messages to people outside of just your traditional zodiac signs, which I also love. Clearly we're still doing them, but anyway, yeah, check it out if you want. I would love it. Last plug, I do have an Etsy store. The link is in the description box. There's also a special code for YouTube friends for a little bit of a discount. Treat yourself. So, moving on. Let's talk about you, Cancer. Again, we're talking about June. Hey, happy birthday to you, June Cancers. Yeah, like the end of the month, or I guess like the second half of the month, I should say. Sorry. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. I hope it's a good month for you. And we're not necessarily working with a specific spread. I know last month we did a 9-card spread. I can't fit 9 cards into the frame here, so we're going to do a 6-card spread. We're just going to do 2 rows of 3. Okay, and when they start popping out like that, that tells me that they're ready to talk. So let me just kind of shuffle a few more times here. And here we go. Let's see. Message for Cancer. So, ooh. We have the 9 of Emotions or the 9 of Cups. Awakening. Are you effing kidding me? Awakening is a Judgment card. 7 of Inspiration or the 7 of Wands. The Muse of Materials. 3 of Materials. And the Fool. Shut the hell. 9 of Inspiration. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to take that. I just felt like looking at it. And we have another King at the bottom of the deck. Let me make sure everything is so. I just sat here and talked for 10 minutes while this was not recording. So it was either operator error, like my fault, or my phone was like, nope. So we start from the beginning. So we start with the Nine of Cups here, or the Nine of Emotions. Cancer energy with the cups showing up here. And the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's literally the card of wish fulfillment. I mean, we have, you know, kind of this genie bottle down here. I kind of see these as like sun catcher crystals. I've been making sun catcher, so I'm probably biased. But it's interesting. Like I honestly can't even remember. I'm not even going to try to remember what I was talking about before, but it's just weird because I feel like I am repeating myself, and like to an extent I am. But it's like the first time you're hearing it. But I feel like I've heard astrologers say that June is going to be a good month for Cancer. I think it would also maybe depend on where your Cancer placement is. Like I'm a Cancer rising, so Cancer is my first house. So yeah, you know, I think it just kind of depends on, of course, like where it is in your chart compared to like other placements, and, you know, I mean, planets are doing shit. So anyway, I feel like this is almost just kind of verifying that, because this whole effing thing is beautiful. And again, not to mention, I mean, we start out with the Nine of Cups. So this is either you feeling good about yourself or about your situation, about, you know, kind of what's coming up. This could even be you trying to get into that energy of, you know, because this person is kind of taking a stance of meditation here. It like looks like she's underwater, but like she's not. She's like floating above the water. But, you know, kind of in this meditative stance. So, you know, you could be spending some time meditating and just really kind of trying to co-create, like, you know, almost kind of get like your own shit together inside, so that, you know, your external mirrors your internal, because it doesn't really work the other way around. Like, you know, RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Like, you really do have to kind of recognize the things within yourself first before you can recognize them in your surroundings or your external. But this is an amazing way to start. And then I'm just going to jump ahead really quick, but we end with the Fool card. Kidding me? Like a brand new beginning, brand new, like taking that leap, going for it, YOLO, right? But coming back to the beginning here, we have the Muse of Materials, or the King of Pentacles, under the Nine of Cups. That's earth energy, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Doesn't have to be, just throwing the energy out there. And, you know, Pentacles talk about our money, how we're making our money, how we're spending our money, the amount of money that we have. It talks about how we're even spending our time. What are we focusing our energies on? It could talk about our physical 3D body. So this is even almost like pulling in from the 5D, like really pulling down what it is that you want to create. Like, what type of environment do you want to have? What type of environment do you want to live in? Because, you know, we see this figure kind of crossing this bridge, going to this new landscape here. And there's like kind of these big trees, you know, that are creating some shade. So there seems to be some sort of like even protection going on here. It's almost like it's very much, pun intended, but like very much it's in the cards, you know. Highly successful. I mean, this could be even a promotion with work. This could even be, you know, like a business taking off, or even, it doesn't necessarily even mean taking off, but just maybe even growing exponentially, or just, you know, like having a better outlook about that, or feeling good about the direction that your business is heading in. If you own your own business, this could again be a job and either, you know, a promotion, a raise. Maybe you're feeling good about, you know, kind of the future that you have in the company. You know, again, I mean, like with the Pentacles being about our physical bodies, also, I mean, there could be some sort of turnaround or some sort of, you're kind of starting to see the fruits of your labor pay off, and maybe you're feeling a bit better with the way that you look or how you feel. Maybe you're even making changes that just align with how you're feeling. I love this because, you know, like it's so cool when you see emotions and or cups and pentacles come out at the same time, because it's kind of like aligning the emotional body with the physical body, like literally, right? Like those two things coming into agreement almost. But it's also like coming from your body. It's not coming from the headspace. It's not coming from our minds, right? Which is even better. Like really going for what you feel good about, or what's going to make you feel good about your future, what you're doing, what you're planning to do. And then we have Awakening, or the Judgment card, which talks about transformation. It's the card before the World. So it's that, you know, kind of, we started at the Fool. We've gone through the Fool's journey, and here you are at the Judgment or Awakening, where, you know, something shifts. It's that paradigm shift. It could be a spiritual awakening. I mean, you know, it seems larger than kind of earthly things, because I mean, we have like some mountains down here, but this figure is like way out in space. There's this light burst that's going right to the heart space. There's kind of all these speckles of light out here. There's this feeling of surrender also that I get from this card. And this feeling of like acceptance, like accepting the path that you've been on, accepting the lessons and experiences and the knowledge that you've gained on this path up until now, right? And then we have the Three of Pentacles underneath that, which talks about collaboration. You know, there's generally three people in this card. It's literally putting your heads together and, you know, kind of having a common goal. It's, you know, like kind of the teamwork card, collaboration, people coming together. And, you know, I mean, it very well could be like a soul family type of thing. Like maybe you just kind of meet your people, right? But this also kind of feels like there maybe even be some sort of transformation. Like if there are other people involved, like if it is work, if it's, you know, relationship, if it's family, if it's whatever it is, if there's more than one person involved, it could just be, you know, a transformation in the dynamics of that. Because this would say that, you know, like the people who are involved or who will be involved, it's like everybody is working together. Everybody knows the goal. That's not the word that I had in my head, and I literally saw it just like flash right out of my brain. It literally got sucked up by this. That's how it looked. Everybody knows the objective. That's it. Like everybody knows the objective, and everybody's like, you know, doing their part to fulfill that objective. This, you know, there's a lot of planning. Because, you know, the 3 is kind of towards the beginning of the journey through the suit, right? So this is kind of that like beginning stage planning. This is like, you know, when you show up to, or, you know, like if you're involved in a project, it's like that beginning stages where everybody's kind of getting their assignment or everybody's getting their objective as part of the whole. And it's interesting because I'm like, now there, you can see, hopefully maybe, there's these like little dots coming out of the top here. And it's almost like kind of connecting these 2 cards together. Like, this is the objective, is this transformation. And then we have the 7 of inspiration, or the 7 of wands here. And that talks about being a bit defensive, standing your ground. This could even be like if you thought the opportunity was lost, it's not. Because, you know, we have this figure here that's kind of like holding this veil open. This, you know, this is root, sacral, solar plexus. There's some throat down here as far as like chakra colors go. But the 7 of wands is like, you know, there's generally one person in the middle, and then there's holding their own wand in a defensive type stance. And then there's 6 other wands that kind of look like they're coming at, you know, the figure in the middle. And I always kind of see that as being like other people's opinions, their projections, you know, like projecting their fears or their doubts onto you, or telling you why you shouldn't do something, or you know, and then there's that figure in the middle that's like, I didn't even ask. Like, you're just giving your unsolicited shit, you know. But, you know, I mean, there's like a positive and a negative to that, because the positive is, you know, you're of course like standing your ground, very kind of Taurus energy, like being a little bit stubborn maybe. But on the other end, you know, I mean, it could really kind of block the energy from flowing. Like, if you are so set, like in your own viewpoint, your own opinion, in your own actions, like if you're like, I'm gonna do it the way that I want to do it and I don't care what anybody else says, it's like, again, you know, I mean, literally, you are literally cutting out or blocking any type of energy from coming in. And that could also be, you know, like what this is, because, you know, we kind of have this starburst that's kind of dropping into, I don't know if you can kind of see these little dots here too, dropping into this figure, like into their crown or like their head space. So, I mean, there could be a crown chakra opening, but there could be just some sort of like new information coming in, or like a new revelation. Maybe you're even seeing things a little bit different, because we have the Fool underneath that. So the Fool is telling me that if you have been holding out, like if you have been in that energy of, I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it, and I don't really care how other people that are involved want to do it, then, you know, this is asking you to try something new, because it's not working. And this almost, you know, I mean, this looks like a river to me here, even though, I mean, this is like outer space. There's this ladder here. There's this other starburst here. You know, so this is almost like, you know, kind of allowing the flow of the energy to open, like allow there to be a new solution. Because it's kind of like, do you want to stay stuck here? Like, do you want to stay trying to hold this shit open? literally like out of spite, or like, you know, out of thinking that you know what's best. And I'm not saying that you don't. But there is an opportunity here to try something new. And then the the King of Inspiration, or the Muse of Inspiration, or the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which, you know, I mean, he is the creative genius. He would be presenting creative solutions to the problem. Maybe there is a creative solution that can be found. We have the Strength card underneath that. You know, like perseverance, having to, again, you know, even just being in the Seven of Wands energy and just kind of holding this veil open. If that's been you, or if that's just been, you know, kind of the universe trying to keep it open for you. I think this is beautiful. Again, I mean, like just the beginning and the end. And when we go, you know, just by row, the Nine of Emotions, like, you know, this feel good, I mean, this could even be, this awakening could be happening because you're spending time in meditation and just kind of working through some of that old stuff. But, you know, there's clearly a transformation when it comes to how you feel. And that could even either be opening the veil again. It could be just kind of like, you know, the process restarts, or maybe you even want to try something again. Like if there's something that maybe you kind of put aside for a little bit of time, maybe you're like, okay, I want to try this again. And then the King of Pentacles, the Three of Materials, and the Fool, you know, like this would say that there is a, you know, I mean, just the Fool. There's something new, like there's a new way to go about doing things. Plan differently, or even, you know, try to collaborate differently, like even maybe trying to resolve like differences. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.